Hey there guys, welcome back. Today we are taking a quick look at the smallest of the Titans, the Warhound Scout Titan. Definitely smaller than the Adeptus Titanicus, but still way bigger than other Imperial Knights. So the actual physical model on the table comes in at about 11.5 inches at its max height, about 29 centimeters, but most people are going to build it around 10.5, 11 because you could give him a bit of a hunch. He weighs in about 2 kilos or 4.5 pounds on the table. In terms of size comparison, he's about waist height or knee height to a Warlord Titan, but he towers above the normal Taurus chassis, but about the same height as Asterius Knight, the biggest Imperial Knights that you can get. So to buy one, you have to buy 3 parts. You buy the body, and you have to buy 2 primary weapons. All of the primary weapons are the same price. In Australia, it's $1,169 to buy one. In Freedom Dollars, you're about $840 to get a complete Warlord Titan, legitimately from Games Workshop. So on the tabletop, he's 1,100 points, half an army right there. You move 14 inches, you're a fat T13, 2-up save and 5-up invuln for range, 40 wounds, leadership 6 and OC 16. The movement value is great, the toughness is insane. I love the 2-up save, really easy in 10th edition because covers everywhere, so you're probably going to get that +1 to save hopefully. 40 wounds is a lot to play with. I feel like the leadership could be better. It's a Titan, it's meant to be like a god machine. OC 16 is great, you just fight on every point and you won't lose. We'll look at the weapons in the melee profile separately. In terms of ruling, Daily Demise, a big boom if he dies. Super heavy walker, but not the good type, not like Imperial Knights. So it can still move over other non-Titanic models and over terrain that's under 4 inches, but it can't move through terrain like a normal Imperial Knights. I don't know if they just forgot to add this rule to here or whatnot. Typically, Forge World models or like this only faction is Forge World. They don't get any updates, no rule support, stuff like that. He's only got 2 actual rules, Striding Colossus, which means every time you use a stratagem on him, it costs twice. Not the worst, considering the Warlord Titan is 4 times. And you've got Flank Speed. If you choose to advance instead, do not make the roll, add 8 to your movement value. Again, I wouldn't even think about it as a rule because you need to shoot. If you're spending over 1,000 points on a model and you don't get to shoot with it because you chose to advance, what are you doing? And he brackets at 13 wounds and under, which is pretty generous considering you're at 40 wounds to start with. So in terms of his weapon loadouts, the biggest flamethrower in the game, I think, the Inferno gun, ignores cover as Torrent, has a 24-inch range. Each gun has 3d6, hence 3 barrels for number of shots. Ballistic skill is irrelevant because it's a flamer. Strength 7, AP 2, flat 3 damage. It's a flamethrower that can destroy light vehicles, elites, hordes, just eat them alive. You're tempted to run 2 of them because you can pick any combination of primary weapons on the Warhound Titan. Having 6d6 worth of flamethrowers at strength 7, AP 2, flat 3 could be really fun. It's enough shots you could just shoot it into hard targets and enough will get through. The anti-tank is the Turbo Laser, has blast, 72-inch range, number of attacks is a generous D3 plus 3, hitting on 3, strength 20, AP 3, damage is a really swingy 2d6. That's my only gripe about it, is the damage is really swingy compared to other Imperial Knight models you can compare it to. I feel like the AP could be higher, like it's a strength 20 weapon, maybe AP 4 or 5 seems a bit better, but it is meant to be just a really scaled up las cannon really. The Vulcan Mega Bolter, sustain hits 1, 48-inch range, 20 attacks, on average you'll get 3 or 4 extra hits in the pool from sustained hits hopefully. Hitting on 3s, strength 6, AP 1, 2 damage, horde clearer and elite troop killer all the time. And then you've got the Plasma Blast Gun, which is a bit of an all-rounder. Of course has blast profile and hazardous, range is 72, each gun has 2d6 plus 3 for number of shots, hitting on 3, and if you do the normal variant, your strength 9, AP 3, 4 damage. If you overcharge it, your strength 10, AP 3, 5 damage. You'd probably overcharge it most of the time because you don't care about hazardous roll when you have 40 wounds to play with. A really good all-rounder profile, destroys elite troops, hopefully winning them on 2s, wounds light and medium vehicles on 3s and 4s, and with enough shots at that level AP and damage, shooting to hard targets wouldn't be a bad idea. A really good catch-all general purpose weapon. Then the melee profile is not good. You have 8 attacks hitting on 4, strength 10, makes sense because it's a heavy vehicle, but hardly any AP, AP 1 and flat 2 damage. Can kill Space Marines and a couple orcs and that's about it. So Warhound Titan has the same flaws like all Imperial Knights and Titanic models, but at least this one's actually playable. At 1100 points you can put into most armies. You do have the psychological advantage. It's a really big model and people kind of get a bit weird and try and play around and stay in cover, or don't get in the open, they're like trying to play hide and seek. With the turbo laser and the plasma blast gun, it just deletes whatever it looks at. Building and painting these are pretty fun too. It's pretty easy as it goes for a Titan model. It's a pretty simple skeleton and just painting it on the plates and you're done. Downsides are, like I said, it's 1100 points. It's melee weakness. The same flaw like all the other Imperial Knights and Titans. You have no save for melee with invulns except for the Knight Lancer and a couple like Mechanicus ones. So any good AP or a big horde of like orcs with high AP will just start to eat through you. Very limited weapon profile. You've only got 4 guns you can choose in a combination of any 2. And they're kind of very dictated by what role they do. And it basically has no rules on the data sheet. There is another problem. Comparison is the thief of joy. The Warhound Titan is 1100 points. The Knight Castellan is 510 points per model. Now, you can ally Imperial Knights in, but it is either 3 of the battle line models or it's 1 Titanic. So if you're trying to do just allies here, you can only bring 1 Castellan, where you could bring 1 Warhound Titan. But Castellans at half the cost have a very similar stat line. They are a bit slower at 8 inches, same toughness, same save, same invuln. They have 24 wounds apiece, so combined you'd actually have 8 extra wounds. Same leadership and they're OC 10 apiece, so OC 20 combined. So combined comparison, you're saving 80 points, you have better health pool and a better OC pool. The Knight Castellans, we won't go too much into it, but their weapon loadout is far more deadly and consistent. They have anti-Titanic missiles at AP 6 on them. Their main gun is D6 plus 8 minimum damage, far more consistent than the turbo laser, but not as many shots. So in terms of allying, you could bring 1 Warlord Titan or a Castellan, but the Titan is going to give you that bigger single threat than the Castellan could. If you could bring 2 Castellans, you would always. So it depends how you're going to play it. Are you playing Knights as an army with the Warhound Titan coming along? Or are you trying to ally into maybe Sisters or Guard? That will kind of dictate how you want to go. And that is the Warhound Titan. A very fun model. I love the appearance of it. A little bit different looking, a bit more canine design to it. A really old model, but it's a cool part of Warhammer lore. I've also ordered one of these because I have a problem. So let's see how mine goes when I build it up. Alright guys, let me know what you think about the Warhound Titan. Do you play it? Have you seen anyone try to win games with it? It is pretty scary on the table to see it. If you're playing like Guard or Nids, it's terrifying. Yeah, let me know your thoughts and have a good one. Please like the video and give us a sub. We are trying to go for 5k. Alright, thank you guys. See ya.